Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Finance Friday, another special edition of Money Girl, where I answer your burning money questions. Today, we have a great topic that comes from Sammy, who says, a friend told me that contributing to a Roth account means you end up retiring richer. Is that true? Also, if I don't have a retirement account at work, can you explain whether I should put money in a traditional or Roth IRA, a savings account, or a CD? Thank you for your great questions, Sammy. Understanding retirement accounts and their benefits can be confusing. This podcast will review the benefits of using a Roth account at work or on your own. You'll learn how they save you money, offer flexibility, and stack up against other types of financial accounts. Thank you so much for downloading episode 919 of the Money Girl podcast. I'm your host, Laura Adams, an award-winning author, speaker, on-camera spokesperson, and the founder of The Money Stack. That's my Substack newsletter. You can subscribe for free or support the show by becoming a paid member and getting access to live educational events. You can learn more and connect with me at lauradadams.com. That's also where you can email your money question, learn more about my books and courses, and sign up for The Money Stack. If you want to send me a voice message, I'd love to hear from you. You can record a brief question or comment by calling 302-364-0308. All right, so let's talk about using a retirement account. In general, you should have some amount of savings before you begin investing. Though we tend to use the terms saving and investing interchangeably, they're not the same. They're different. Savings are for your emergencies and any significant purchases you might want to make within a year or two or maybe 3. That money should never be invested because there's risk its value could decline in the short term. You want to always keep your savings in an FDIC-insured bank account, a money market account, or even a CD to preserve it. However, money you need for longer-term goals that might be 3 or more years in the future, like buying a home, paying for a child's college, and, of course, retiring, should be invested. Yes, investing involves some amount of risk, but without it, you aren't likely to earn enough growth to achieve significant goals like retiring. There are several reasons why you should use a retirement account, such as an individual retirement account or IRA, or even a 401k or 403b if you have that option at work. Making pre-tax traditional contributions cuts your taxes in the current year, and that saves you money. For example, if you earn $60,000 a year and contribute $5,000 to a traditional IRA or a traditional workplace 401k, you pay income tax on just $55,000, not on $60,000. Now, when you retire and you take distributions, that's when you must pay the income tax. But Roth retirement accounts like a Roth IRA or a Roth 401k or a Roth 403b have the opposite taxation of traditional accounts. Contributions to a Roth get taxed the year you make them. However, your future withdrawals are entirely tax-free in retirement. So if you invest for decades and your Roth account mushrooms in value, it's really nice to know that you'll never have to pay income tax on your earnings. And if income tax rates increase down the road, that could make having a Roth especially sweet. Retirement accounts allow you to select investments for your contributions. It could be mutual funds and exchange-traded funds. Funds are great because they bundle hundreds or even thousands of underlying securities like stocks, bonds, currencies, and real estate, which gives you diversification and reduced risk. Your growth within a retirement account depends on your chosen investments, but it could be significantly higher than a high-yield savings account or certificate of deposit, CD. For instance, an average annual return of 6 to 8% through investment funds is reasonable, but you'd be hard-pressed to find a CD or bank account paying more than 4% right now. If you saved $400 a month for 40 years in a bank savings account paying an average of 1%, you'd have slightly more than $235,000. But if you invested $400 a month for 40 years in a retirement account with funds paying an average of 7%, you'd have over $1 million. With savings, you're not even keeping up with inflation, which is typically about 3 or 4%. You need investment growth to reach big financial goals like retirement. Otherwise, you aren't likely to end up with enough to have a comfortable lifestyle down the road. Now that you understand why investing in tax-advantaged retirement accounts is critical for building long-term wealth, let's talk about 5 advantages of using a Roth. Number 1 is having flexibility to withdraw contributions. With traditional retirement accounts, you must reach age 59 and a half before withdrawals are penalty-free. But with a Roth, you can withdraw your contributions from the account at any time, tax and penalty-free. That gives you a safety net for unexpected expenses, although it's generally best to leave your retirement savings untouched so it can grow. However, if you withdraw any earnings from a Roth before age 59 and a half, they are typically subject to income taxes and an additional 10% early withdrawal penalty. Having the flexibility to tap your contributions is why a Roth is also an excellent choice for non-retirement goals like paying for college, buying a home, or even starting a business. However, a unique rule of using a Roth IRA is that your income can't exceed an annual threshold, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. All right, the second advantage of a Roth is not having income limits at work. A workplace Roth and a Roth IRA are very similar. However, there are some significant differences to know. First, anyone with income can use a Roth IRA, but you can only have a Roth 401k or a Roth 403b if your employer offers it. An often overlooked benefit of having a Roth workplace plan or even a Roth solo 401k if you're self-employed is that there are no annual income limits to qualify. If you're eligible for a Roth 401k at work or you've got a Roth for the self-employed, you can contribute no matter how much money you make. But as I mentioned, that's not the case for a Roth IRA. So let's go through the income limits to qualify for a Roth IRA in 2025. If you file taxes as a single and your modified adjusted income, or MAGI, is $165,000 or more, that's when you are not eligible to contribute to a Roth IRA. If you're married and file taxes jointly and your household MAGI is $246,000 or more, neither of you are eligible to contribute to a Roth IRA. The third benefit of a Roth is having multiple retirement accounts. Having a Roth IRA or a Roth at work is terrific, but you shouldn't stop there. You can easily pair them with other Roth or even other traditional accounts if you don't exceed the total annual contribution limits. For 2025, you can contribute up to $23,500 or $31,000 if you're over age 50 to a workplace retirement plan. The annual contribution limit is lower for a traditional or Roth IRA. It's $7,000 or $8,000 if you're over 50. For example, you can max out a Roth 401k at work and contribute the maximum to a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. You can also split your contributions between traditional and Roth accounts in any proportion you like. For instance, you could contribute $10,000 to a traditional 401k and $13,500 to a Roth 401k, or you could contribute $5,000 to a traditional IRA and $2,000 to a Roth IRA if you're under age 50 and you don't earn too much for a Roth IRA. Depending on your income, your tax deduction for a traditional IRA may get reduced or eliminated when you or a spouse also have a traditional workplace retirement plan. But no matter your income, you can still contribute to a traditional IRA. With a Roth IRA, there's no conflict because your contributions to that account are not tax deductible. So as long as you don't earn too much to contribute to a Roth IRA, you can max out both a Roth IRA and a workplace retirement plan every year and get 100% of the tax benefit. The fourth benefit of a Roth is getting tax-free withdrawals in retirement. When you're choosing which retirement account to use, the best strategy is to fund the one that will give you the best tax benefit. If you need a tax break in the current year, a traditional account will definitely help you. Otherwise, I recommend maxing out a Roth first. With a Roth, you get the most potential future tax savings, which can make you richer in retirement. As I mentioned, Roth withdrawals of contributions and earnings are entirely tax-free, which could save you much more in the long run compared to a traditional account. Plus, you'll have peace of mind that the money in your Roth account is 100% yours, with nothing owed to the government for income taxes, capital gains, dividends, or interest in your later years. While you don't get an immediate tax deduction, like with a traditional retirement account, paying taxes now can be advantageous if you anticipate being in a higher tax bracket in retirement. While no one knows what will happen with taxes, by locking in your tax rate today, you could save money down the road. The fifth benefit we'll talk about is creating advantages for your beneficiaries. Roth accounts offer unique estate planning advantages because your beneficiaries receive the Roth account income tax-free. That makes them a terrific vehicle for passing tax-free wealth onto your heirs. In addition, unlike traditional retirement accounts, Roths have no required minimum distributions, or RMDs. That means you can withdraw any amount at any time you like, or just leave the money there for your heirs. Sammy, to sum up, the earlier you begin investing in a Roth account, the richer you'll be in retirement. Having a tax-free income source is excellent for controlling your tax liability. But for your short-term goals, like emergency funds or making planned purchases in a couple of years, you should keep that money completely safe in FDIC-insured savings or even CDs. Before we go, here's a quick reminder to subscribe to The Money Stack. That's my Substack newsletter when you visit lauradadams.com. It's filled with money tips, tools, news, challenges, and things I enjoy. You can subscribe for free or support the show as a paid member with access to live educational events. I hope to see you there. That's all for now. I'll talk to you soon. Until then, here's to living a richer life. Money Girl is a quick and dirty tips podcast, and we've got a great team that works on the show. Steve Rickyberg audio engineers the podcast. Brandon Gachus is our director of podcast. Holly Hutchins is our digital operations specialist. Morgan Christensen is our advertising operations specialist. And Nathaniel Hoops is our marketing contractor.